Hey guys, I'm Eric with DeWalt. This is Sean. We're going to be talking to you today about POWERSTACK. So Sean, a couple questions for you. Obviously the POWERSTACK battery has received a lot of attention, a lot of excitement online and on social media, even winning an innovation award. So tell us a little about the product, what's new, and why people are excited about it.
Sure, absolutely. So POWERSTACK is the world's first battery to use a totally new type of cell technology called a lithium-ion pouch cell that results in a battery that delivers 50% more power than the prior generation of lithium-ion batteries with 25% smaller size and 15% less weight. So it used to be in the past that whenever you wanted more performance for your battery, you had to step up to a bigger pack that had more cells. Sure. And this is the first time since the transition from NiCad technology to lithium that we've had a combination of more power and better ergonomics all in the same package.
So as someone that's part of development of the battery, tell me a little bit more about the particulars of the design of this pack versus a standard 20-volt pack.
Sure thing. In our research for POWERSTACK, we actually talked to a lot of users to try to figure out what is the optimal size, shape, and weight of a battery based on what you do. And compact was a big goal for us because we know that with our current generation of tools, we've been able to come out with a lot of new power tools that are both more ergonomic and also more powerful.
Sure.
But again, if you had to put a really big battery on that tool to get the job done, you kind of lose the purpose of that.
Okay.
So one thing in particular about the design is that it is very specifically constructed to match up with the foot of the tool so that it doesn't overhang. So if you're working in a tight space, close quarters, you can maneuver that tool a lot more easily compared to something that's going to stick out on the sides and back.
Sure.
Another nice feature about it is that it has a rubber overmolded base, so that if you set your tool down on a finished surface, it's not going to scratch or mar or dent what you're working on. And then finally, we also have, as with these batteries, our 3 LED fuel gauge. And one nice thing is that the lights stay on for a minute after you press the button, so if you're wearing gloves or something, it's a little bit easier to see versus these that will turn right off after you press.
Okay.
So, not just the technology with the pouch cells inside, but the overall design, size, and shape of the pack was something that we put a lot of effort into.
Yeah, you can definitely see the smaller design versus the 20-volt. So who would you say is kind of the primary user for this type of battery, and how does it fit in with the rest of the 20-volt lineup?
Sure, absolutely. So of course, we're going to have our very large batteries, our flex-volt batteries for things where you're doing applications that you might be replacing a corded or gas-powered tool that's going to give you the absolute maximum of runtime and power.
Sure.
But a lot of our users out there might have gotten a new tool that came with a battery like this, which is our standard cylindrical cell battery. And that's something that you might value if you are working on an overhead application or if you're doing a repetitive task all day long, because every ounce adds up at the end of the day in terms
Sure.
of your fatigue and your precision and control of that tool. So somebody that might be entering the DeWalt system, who may be starting out with batteries like these, again, you're going to get 50% more power, which means you're going to get your applications done more quickly and even do a broader range of applications with your compact tool, for instance. So say if you're drilling wood, it means you could step up to a larger bit without stalling, or rip a longer cut of plywood before you stall out, compared to using standard cylindrical cell type battery. But you're retaining the ergonomic size and weight advantage that POWERSTACK gets you. So again, at the end of the day, you're not exhausted and tired.
Makes sense. So you get the advantages of some of those bigger format batteries with keeping the smaller size.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great option. So what tools can we use POWERSTACK in, and can we use our same 20-volt chargers?
Great question. So one thing that's unfortunate about sometimes new technology is that you might break compatibility with a legacy system.
Sure.
However, with POWERSTACK, we're really proud of the fact that we designed this to be compatible with 100% of our 20-volt max tools, and you can use it with all DeWalt lithium-ion chargers.
Very good. And Sean, how can we get POWERSTACK? Is it available by itself? Is it in kits yet?
Sure, good question. So POWERSTACK is available now. You can get it as a single pack accessory or a starter kit that includes a charger as well as a double pack.
Okay.
Or it'll also be available in a variety of different toolkits this quarter.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Sean, for the time today. And everyone, you can get your POWERSTACK today at DeWalt.com.